You know, every woman who has ever made a man fall deeply, completely, and almost wildly in love did one small thing. And it's something that most people today refuse to do, honestly, because they think it makes them look desperate or needy. Today, we're unpacking the hidden signals of deep attraction. We're going to talk about what truly attracts a high-quality connection and why emotionally mature men will always gravitate toward authenticity over a carefully crafted performance.
So this brings us to a really fascinating question. What actually makes a man fall deeply in love? Because let's face it, for a long time we've been taught all the wrong things. We're told we need to look absolutely flawless, or have this crazy impressive, over-the-top personality, or we need to play games like acting hard to get just to keep a guy interested. But the truth is, real, lasting attraction goes way, way deeper than all that surface level stuff.
Now, to be totally fair, men are visual creatures. We know this, right? They are absolutely going to notice your styling choices. The long flowing hair, a classic little black dress, or, that effortlessly chic messy bun that actually took you 20 minutes and half a bottle of hairspray to perfect. And science even backs this up. Details like wearing the color red subconsciously signal health and vitality to them. But here's the catch. While those things might grab his attention initially, they do not make a man emotionally attach or commit to you from the inside.
Okay, let's dive into this comparison, because there is a massive difference between just grabbing a man's attention and actually securing his deep commitment. Looks, excitement, playing a little mysterious. Sure, those will definitely turn his head. But men do not fall in love because of how flawless you look or how much you do for them. Actually, scratch that. It's more like they fall in love because of how they feel about themselves when they are with you.
To really understand why that is, we kind of have to look at the world men live in. Most guys spend their entire lives locked in what I call performance mode. From a really young age, they're taught to wear this heavy armor. They feel this constant, exhausting pressure to be strong, capable, competitive, and completely unemotional in a really chaotic world. So when a man finally finds someone where he can just take off that heavy armor and still feel respected and valued, wow, it creates a powerful emotional imprint that he literally cannot easily walk away from. But because they're so trapped in that achieving mindset all day, a profound energy shift needs to happen for them to actually fall in love. If you meet him with that exact same state of performing, trying to impress him, controlling the conversation, showing off, it quietly pushes him away because there's just no space for him to relax. But when you shift into a really authentic, calm presence, where you're focused on simply being and receiving, it acts like a magnetic force. It pulls him closer without you having to force a single thing. And that brings us to the core gesture that literally flips a switch in a man's brain and heart at the very same time. It's a gesture that causes his body to react in ways he probably can't even explain. Now, it's not just one single move, it's a combination of 3 powerful, interconnected steps. And when you practice these together, you create an environment that completely disarms him.
Step 1 is projecting calm, intentional energy. And listen, this does not mean moving in slow motion or acting weird. It simply means slowing yourself down just enough so you aren't rushing your words or nervously filling every second with frantic noise. You're giving him space to breathe. You're giving his nervous system time to process your presence and actually feel comfortable. This kind of quiet control signals immense emotional maturity. It shows you're steady and grounded rather than chaotic.
Next up, you want to combine that energy with warm eye contact that absolutely isn't needy. There is a world of difference between staring intensely at a guy or looking away because you're unsure and having a soft, relaxed gaze. If you look at him intensely, secretly hoping for his approval, he's going to feel that pressure and pull back. But if your eyes simply say, "I am here with you right now, and I'm okay just being here," he'll instantly relax and feel drawn right into your orbit. Then we have step 3, which is honestly the one people panic over the most. Relaxed silence. Most of us freak out the second there's a lull in conversation, right? We start talking super fast or making jokes just to fill the empty space. But comfortable silence, when handled with confidence, is incredibly powerful. When you can just sit next to a man and be without forcing a conversation, it gives him room to actually feel your connection. It tells him you're deeply secure with yourself.
So when you combine that calm energy, the warm eye contact, and the relaxed silence, you create the absolute holy grail of attraction: emotional safety. This is the absolute foundation required for a man to finally drop his walls. It's that incredibly rare environment where he feels completely seen without feeling exposed. and accepted exactly as he is without being judged. For a guy who spends his whole life in performance mode, I can't even tell you, this is an absolute breath of fresh air.
And the craziest part? This feeling of safety isn't just a nice, fluffy idea. It triggers very real biology inside of his body. Your calm presence literally lowers his cortisol, which strips away his stress. At the exact same time, it spikes his oxytocin, that's the bonding hormone, helping his subconscious form the thought, this woman feels safe, I can be myself around her. Plus, it releases dopamine, linking you directly to pleasure and relief. You literally become chemically imprinted in his mind as a safe place. Let's look at a real-life example of how this plays out. Imagine a man comes home after an absolutely exhausting, terrible day, and he is clearly heavy-hearted. Now, most people might push him, right? They'd ask, what's wrong with you? Talk to me. But a woman who truly understands authenticity and emotional safety will simply sit with him and say, you don't have to explain anything right now. I'm here when you're ready. That one sentence instantly signals his nervous system that he's safe and understood. No interrogation required. In that moment, you become his emotional refuge. And you will physically see when this emotional safety takes effect. His body is going to automatically react before he even realizes what's happening. You'll start to notice clear, unspoken signals that he is lowering his armor. Maybe it's a soft, genuine smile, or he holds your gaze just a little bit longer. You might catch him subconsciously touching the back of his neck to self-soothe, or naturally leaning closer into your space. Even his voice will literally drop into a softer, much warmer tone. Let's track how this evolves over time, specifically through physical touch, which is a profound communicator for men. Early on, it starts with a friendly shoulder hug, showing respectful, cautious boundaries. But as he feels safer, it turns into a gentle, testing hug, just to see if the chemistry is mutual. By month 1, you're getting that meaningful, lingering hug where he just doesn't want to let go. And eventually, it evolves into this soul-deep embrace, where he is completely surrendering his heart. Okay, I have to give you a massive warning label for all of this though. We call it the manipulation trap. The number one rule here is that you can never, ever turn this into a calculated performance. The very second you think to yourself, oh, I'm gonna use this silent trick so he falls for me, it completely loses its power. Men have highly tuned radars, and they can sense manipulation from a mile away. This has to come from a place of truly being present and comfortable in your own skin. Which brings us to the core takeaway for this explainer. When you develop this kind of genuine presence, you stop chasing connection and it naturally starts coming to you. When you just become completely comfortable in your own skin, a mature man will move mountains to keep you. Why? Because rare things are cherished. And in a noisy, chaotic world where absolutely everyone is performing, a woman who is simply present is the rarest, most beautiful thing of all. So I really want to hear from you on this. Which part of this magnetic gesture feels the absolute hardest for you to practice? Is it maintaining that calm energy, holding the warm eye contact, or finding peace in the comfortable silence? Drop a comment right now and say, I'm practicing presence, to make that commitment to yourself today. I read all the comments and I really want to help you through it. If this explainer gave you value, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on the bell so you don't miss our next deep dive into the hidden signals of attraction. Thanks for being here, and I'll see you in the next one.